former lawyer Abby Lowell. Big Tish James pulling out the big guns and hiring Hunter Biden's former lawyer Abby Lowell to defend the fraud allegation she's now facing. Talk about hypocrisy at its finest. The same thing she tried to go after President Trump. The charges she is now facing, that she inflated her wealth and more. Joining us now is the guy who uncovered it all, right? Forensic accountant Sam Antar. Sam, first off, you are a Democrat, right?
Yes.
You are not politically motivated in this whatsoever. What did you uncover? What made you start looking?
It was the beginning of a long process of me looking at New York City politicians and how they spend campaign money and taxpayer money, and also comparing their personal financial disclosures to New York State to the property records, the public property records.
What did you uncover?
Okay, with Tish James, there was a few things that were uncovered. First, each one of her financial disclosures to New York State was false. She omitted mortgages from her disclosures, and she even omitted a property from her disclosures. The second thing I learned is that she has mortgages listed on her financial disclosures that do not appear in the property records. It's strange. Third thing I learned is that on one property in Virginia, she has about $510,000 in mortgages, but she lists a valuation of only $100,000 to $150,000. Her words, not mine. Another thing that I learned was that Tish James has a property in Brooklyn that she lists as 4 units, but it's 5 units under the certificate of occupancy. Yesterday, I visited the property with another researcher, Joel Gilbert. We looked at the doorbells. There's 5 doorbells on the premises. I checked the Con Ed records. There's 5 electrical units for each of the things. You can't have a 5-unit building and then occupy 2 units and call it a 4-unit building.
And she also claimed to live in a home that was her primary residence, because if it is your primary residence, when you get a mortgage, then you get a lower interest rate. And then reporters went knocking on the door and found out they had never seen her there. So this woman she's been caught red-handed. Will Big Tish be changing into a big orange jumpsuit soon? What do you think?
Probably, and she deserves it because, when I saw the lawyer's response, Abby Lowell, I mean, I couldn't have dreamed of a more incompetent response that he made in reference to the DOJ, to the referral to the DOJ.
Yeah.
Okay. He's saying, well, it was always 4 units on her Brooklyn property. I don't care if it was 2 units, okay? The fact is that the certificate of occupancy says it's 5 units. And then he points to a document that reflects the false information, her HAMP application.
And now she wants us taxpayers to foot the bill for her lawyers. She's saying that this is all a political witch hunt. She was on New York One. One. Here's what she said. I want you to listen to this, Sam.
Okay.
Let me just say to all New Yorkers and to all Americans, the allegations are baseless. The allegations are nothing more than a revenge tour.
It seems to be based on some social media posts that I know were made by partisan political actors.
Partisan political actors.
Let her frame it whatever way she wants. She committed mortgage fraud. She violated New York state law and filed false disclosures from New York state. Trump didn't do it. I didn't do it. MAGA didn't do it. Partisan actors didn't do it. She did it.
So you're not a partisan political actor?
You know something? No. But even if I was, it doesn't change the fact that she committed mortgage fraud. She can say anything she wants about me.
She really can. You released more documents this week. What did you find?
Well, there's quite a few. First of all, there were some complaints made about the units in her building. And it seems like those complaints overlap the units that she claims to occupy. So is she really there? Or who's filing these complaints to the Department of Buildings over peeling paint? Or is there sublets, illegal sublets? I don't know. But these are the things that every time we dig, every time we think we reach the bottom of it, we find a new bottom.
It's like you're peeling it. An onion back. She claimed the Brooklyn apartment was a 4-unit property. We talked about that. Official records say it's a 5-unit. She enabled her to then save tens of thousands of dollars. Right. So at the end of the day, this is all about her saving money, making money.
Exactly. Every single financial disclosure that contained false information, she benefited from financially.
Minute left. Are you ever worried? I mean, you're going after Big Tish. She's the attorney general. She's a top lawyer.
I had the FBI up my rear end during the crazy 80 days for 10 years, and they taught me a good lesson. I'm not afraid of her or anybody else.
President Trump, he put out the tweet of your face. You're not even MAGA. What did you think about that? That's pretty cool. You have caught the attention of the president of the United States here.
Good. But irrespective of catching the attention of the president of the United States, she is guilty. She committed mortgage fraud. She filed false disclosures to